Namaste. Welcome to Love Wins. When I pressed record, I felt an intense rush of this feeling that felt like anxiety right here. It wasn't my energy. So I paused. Instead of stopping re-recording, I just paused, closed my eyes, released it. I said, go home. You're not welcome here. That energy, I'm sure, will cross-watch this. It's a projection. Welcome to Love Wins. This is the safe space I created for all things spiritual warfare. Ooh, fire element, fire energy. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Bella wanted to tell me a story. Spiritual warfare. It is real out here in the fields, in the matrix. I want this down here. I like it right here. So, if you're new here, welcome. I set the intention before I press record that these videos are designed to reach whoever they're meant to reach. You're asking a question, and this is the answer. This is the delivery. I work for God. I do. I have surrendered and given my life to God. In exchange, I wanted to live the life my soul came here to live. So I said, on my hands and knees, when I vowed to get rid of every single thing, person, place, or thing that was not in alignment with my highest timeline, my highest self. What did I come here to do? Why is all this happening? What is it all for? Like, I want to know. I want to know. So that's what I did. I went down the path of understanding, of knowing, of seeking self into self. Becoming intimate with myself. Into me I see. Learning through my relationships. Learning through the trauma, the betrayals, the lies, the manipulations, the gaslighting, the scapegoat, the black sheep, the smear campaign, all of the boxes, all of the flying monkeys, all of the abuse to control, to manipulate, and to suppress my creative expression of my truth. That was what was under attack. My creative expression of my truth. Because in my truth cast shadows on lies. And people who have created lives on lies cannot risk truth shedding light on those lies. So they come together to silence, to suppress, to put you in the mud. But But what they don't know is the lotus blooms in the mud. The phoenix rises from the ashes. To gain wisdom of life, of the cosmic cycles of life, cosmic knowledge, akashic knowledge, you have to learn yourself. You have to hit the rock bottom. You have to go into the fire. You have to go into the mud. You have to swim into the unknown and pull out that light and light your own life through that light. And don't give anyone that light. Stop giving that light away. You're giving your light away to people who are dimming it and using it for themselves. That is what a destiny swap is. Where they see your lights, they're jealous of your light, they want it for themselves, and they keep you breadcrumbed in a reality where they are feeding off of your light. But the source of their light is you. That's what happened to me. And when I cut my light off, and it wasn't even my own abuse, it was my son's abuse. I tolerated the self-abuse. It was pain that I had learned to manage my whole life. I'm comfortable in pain. It takes a special kind of person to be calm in the pain. A nice person. That's what the lawyer said. I'm nice. Like that was a bad thing. There's a difference between nice and kind. Kind is a choice. Nice is a defense mechanism. Kitty, don't you do it. You're not gonna walk on my computer, baby. My son's been in my energy. My Gemini son. My twin. I see you in your shadow, in your strength. I know what you're feeling, what you don't want to speak, because I've been there. But I also know your heart. I know your truth. One time you asked me if I've learned anything from all of this. I mean, that's all I've been doing is learning what everyone's accusing me of not doing. But it's always been because I've been learning. I learned what was real and what wasn't real, what was right, what was wrong. I spoke up for myself. And they didn't like that. A lot of people didn't like that, not just one person. But when my truth challenged other people's lies, yes, I was scapegoated. And they did turn my children against me. But I wrote here in one of my journaling, I journal on anything that's in front of me, my whiteboard, my journal, my clothes, my notepads. Like, if it needs to get written down, it gets written down. I used to rush my son, I won't say his name, when he would tell long-winded stories. I did. He would tell me these stories and I already knew where he was going and what he was going to say, so I would say it for him. And he would get so upset. But it was just because I was letting him know, I know what you're going to say. You don't have to say it. But I was missing I was missing the just letting him say it, no matter how long it took. I wasn't there yet, right? But then I lost that ability. I didn't get to hear the stories anymore. That was taken from me, that was robbed from me. But I've learned to pause and breathe so Bella can tell her long-winded stories. Because both Bella and Jacob have very long-winded stories, detailed stories, but they're still learning vocabulary. They're still learning communication, so sometimes they stutter, sometimes they pause. Sometimes it takes a really long time to get to the point. But because I don't ever want to miss those stories, I stop, I pause, and I listen. So yeah, I've learned patience, and I can thank you for that. As my teacher, 111, 11, 11, 11, 11 on my timer, as my teacher. Because your children can be your teachers. Every single person who comes into your life is a teacher for a reason. And whatever they make you feel, this is what I've been teaching. This is what I lost my kids teaching. You know, I showed them themselves, and people don't like to see themselves. I show people their dark sides. That's why I was under attack. I remember that screaming match. I've talked about this on this channel in the bathroom in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Pregnant with Bella. Jacob was 1. My oldest son was on the couch. I was explaining to him a dream that I had, a very prophetic dream that I told him about this dream. And I said, I don't know what you're getting into, like what business you're doing with people, but like there's just dark energy. And he was like, you're calling me a dark person. I said, no, I'm not. I'm just saying there's just a whole lot of, everything has consequences. And this is just like my spiritual warning, like something you're involved with it's not gonna go good, right? And he was screaming at me, and I was crying in the bathroom, just trying to explain the energy that I saw, and that I saw a way out. My scalp is tingling. I saw a way out, and I walked out, and my oldest son just looked at me like disgusted by who I was and what I was saying. He's like, why do you do that? And I remember storming off, crying, saying, what? Try to help? Because I see the energy. I see all of it, not attached to it. And I see the way out for people, and I see what's going to happen, the timeline, if you continue to stay in that energy. And people who don't like what I've seen, they've come after me in all different ways, even just by like gossiping and telling stories, replaying like the times in my life when I did do karmic things, because we all did. You don't learn if you didn't live. So yeah, I've made wrong choices. I've gotten bad relationships. I've linked up with people who weren't who I thought they were. I've had kids with controlling, abusive, manipulative, Machiavellist, narcissistic psychopaths. Yeah. And I'm not a doctor, so I don't get to label you that. But being the fact that I'm very empathic, and I have learned through my lineage that I am Heyoka empath. And yes, I feel pain. And every single one of you have experienced being in my energy where Bella! Calm down and stop
chasing him.
Okay, calm down.
Lolo's chasing
Okay, but you activated that whole thing, baby. Okay, you got the cats going. That was energy. She was feeding off that energy that was being brought up. But, it's always not me. Wow, let's burn. Because they don't want me to say what I was just about to say. when I bring up these things, these energies, these timelines, these realities that exist, when I show them demons that exist, they'd rather defend the demons and attack me. And then get upset when I call it out. Oh, you always react this way. No, I'm defending my truth. I'm defending my truth. But you're not even allowing me to have a truth. And that's been my experience. And when it started to pattern into my children, I did cut my children off. It was the hardest thing I had to do. Cut my children off. Put my children on block. Because energetically, they were keeping me in a space where I couldn't heal. Because they were not healing from their wounds, and I was getting projections coming from them. The ways they were upset with me that was projected onto them through all of these lies and manipulations. All of it from so many flying monkeys, because I spoke truths people didn't want to see, because I lived outside of the system. I wasn't lying or manipulating or doing anything illegal. I was just in control of my life. I was happy. I was creating just to create, and it was creating a life for me. My children were traveling. My children were exploring. We were homeschooling. We were unschooling. We were world schooling. Yes, they stayed with family when I took work trips. That's how I balanced it. But it's the same thing as having summer or Christmas vacation and going to a relative's house and spending that time there. It's the same thing, except our schedule wasn't on the calendar schedule. So when I would take work trips, that would be their time with family. It was a nice balance. That was under attack as I was dumping my kids off. But I had to work because I was in a position where if I didn't, I wasn't getting child support. Except for Bella's father, I'm still not. You know, my other children are grown up and their father had them the second half, so it was even. Although there was a whole lot of corruption, I was alienated from them by trying to be with them. Literally, that was the way the conversation started. And I have the screenshots. I just want to be a part of their lives. And when he wanted something his way, it had to be his way. And my kids were like, Mom, why do you keep making Dad mad? He doesn't want to talk to you. I just wanted to talk. I just wanted to say, hey, I just needed the opportunity to say, to co-parent. That's because I thought that's what we were doing. That's what we labeled it. The kids want to go to school with you. That's cool. My son already went to school in Michigan and in Florida. I wasn't against it. I gave them the choice, which that was under attack too. I was told kids aren't supposed to have a choice by my kid, which that's probably what was told to him. It was beaten into him. You shouldn't have had a choice. To make him feel like his choice was wrong because it was hard. It's hard for kids that do it since kindergarten. The system is designed to be hard. It's designed to stress you out. Do your research. It's all over the internet now. Follow my Instagram. Follow my stories. I share it all the time. The system is designed to stress you out, so it's supposed to be hard. So because it was hard, it was my fault because I didn't make it stressful for you. No, because it doesn't have to be stressful. That's the thing. That's the truth they don't want out there. It doesn't have to be stressful. And I knew my children were not in the right vibration to receive me. When my son said to me, when I was speaking on forgiveness, it's too late for forgiveness. It's never too late for forgiveness. That's the truth that I know. That is the knowledge and wisdom that I know being connected to the Most High, because on this path, forgiveness is the redemption. It frees your heart. It frees your soul. It's for you. It's not about anybody else. And until you learn that, until you know that higher truth and you feel that in your soul, the devil has you. Your darkness has you. Your demons control you. Your heart is guarded. And you're afraid of forgiveness. And I know those demons, and I know that prison. I've been there before. And I got the keys. I unlocked that gate. I flew out of that cage. And that's all I wish for you. For your soul. Because you do have a beautiful soul. You do. And I love you. Feel how they're attacking my throat? They're always attacking my throat. But guess what? Lemon water with Himalayan salt. That's my message. I love you. Love wins. Patience. Forgiveness. That is what I've learned. And because of you, we read every day. No matter what, we sit down together as a family. We pick a book and we read every day. So thank you. And I love you. Always and forever.